But my impression sitting here and looking at what's going on in Asia is that, in fact, that's flipped on its head. Everybody's talking about electrification and how we get off coal, how we get off oil and gas as quickly as we can. Is that a correct perception, do you think?
It is, and I'll throw my country under the bus like you've done for Canada and America. And I do consider it that because ultimately, when you have the wrong mindset, when you're captured by the fossil fuel industry, you are rejecting the industries of the future. Now, Australia's a little more open to it because China is talking about it every single day. The data doesn't lie. You can see what they're doing at world speed, at what I call China scale, China speed. And because Australia is up there all the time talking with China, we get to see it. But we're the world's third largest exporter of LNG. We're the second largest exporter of coking thermal coal. We're the world's number one exporter of coking coal. So unfortunately, I do label Australia a petrostate. We are a petrostate. But we're trying, the political discussion in Australia is all about pivoting from petrostate to electrostate, replicating what China is doing. So I totally agree with your comment. And I think let's not pretend China is doing this to be an altruistic global citizen. They're not. Their number one motive and always back self-interest. It's understandable and it's backable. China is trying to build energy security, energy independence. They're trying to reduce their addiction to fossil fuel imports. It's that black and white. And if America and Canada and Australia don't see that, that's our loss, not theirs.
I want to follow up on that because here at Energy Media, we've argued for a long time now. I say like a year and a half, but that the definition of energy security is changing. It used to be energy security was getting enough fossil fuels at a reasonable price and it was a secure supply. Now, energy security is about buying electric technologies like wind and solar, like EVs and batteries, and displacing the fossil fuels, particularly oil and gas, which are volatile and subject to, trade interruptions if you have a war, those sorts of things. Better to have technology that you generate your energy at home and then you use, electric technologies, many of which will be bought at home, but you buy them once. And that's my take on it. Would you agree or disagree?
I 100% agree. The comment you say, I'll say it again because it's the key point. Like people go, oh, you're addicted to Chinese solar imports. You buy them once. Once you've got them, you operate them for 25 years. When you import a wind turbine, which Australia doesn't have wind turbine manufacturing, you buy them once, you install them, you've got then domestic, clean, low-cost energy for the next 25, 30, 35 years. And Putin changed the world when he invaded Ukraine. The resulting European sanctions against Russia initially meant Europe pivoted to America and Australia and Canada they pivoted towards what they thought were their allies. They got that wrong with America, but they started buying. And so prices went through the roof, but energy security was energy at any cost. But what they also did was embrace and accelerate electrification to say, we've been fooled once, let's not be fooled twice. We've got to cut permanently our addiction to imported gas, to imported coal, and to imported oil. So Europe is embracing it. Now, the trouble is because China's winning the manufacturing race on all of these clean tech sectors, Europe's feeling it twice. They've got really expensive domestic energy thanks to Russia. And then on top of that, they're losing the manufacturing race. So they're losing a lot of workforce and a lot of their base industry from exports out of China into Europe. And so there has been, like America, a pushback from Europe against Chinese exports. But what China's doing, as we were just talking about, was saying, okay, we pivot strategically to make sure it's a win-win for Europe. So building the biggest battery factory in Hungary, or in Germany, or in Spain, or the biggest electric vehicle factories in Hungary, or Spain, or not Spain, Turkey. It's quite amazing, and it creates a win-win. And that Spanish example, I think, is an example of a win-win, which is building longevity and trust. CATL brings the best battery technology in the world to Spain, but it's in partnership with Stellantis, which is Europe's number one car manufacturer. So it then means batteries manufactured in Spain then go to France, go to Germany, and go into the electric vehicles. So it's protecting and enhancing Europe's manufacturing capacities in alignment with China. And notice there's no mention of America in any of that. And so America has done itself a massive disservice. We're effectively moving from a unipolar world where America dominates the world to a multipolar world where Europe, India, China, South America, and North America are all partners. And Australia, as a middle power, gets to play with everyone because we're allied with India, China, and America in that. So we'll play with anyone that wants to treat Australia fairly.